Hey everybody, it's Jess. I started at Etsy. I sold some Christmas journals. Sorry about my voice. And I did really well. I sold most of them. There are a couple left on my Etsy. It's Jess Loves Toast. And I'm going to go ahead and start making some spring journals. But before I did that, I really wanted to make one for winter. So this is kind of like a blend of winter and spring. It's that time of year where winter is gonna become spring, and I really love winter, and this is for whoever agrees with me and loves winter and is a little sad to let it go but also ready to let spring in. So without further ado, I did find a new place to film that has good natural light always, but unfortunately it's very small, so sorry if this video is a little tight. But so this is a standard size traveler's notebook. This is a picture of a vintage card right there of a blue bird in the snow. It's a little tight, but I think you can see all of it. Okay, so some images from the Old Time Shop, I believe, and so a bunch of tea/coffee dye paper. I kind of use a blend of both. I have a inkjet printer, so I print and then I kind of use a dabbing technique to dye the paper after, because otherwise it would run. But it gives it a really cool faded effect, which I really like. Hope you guys do too. So this is an old ad for a sled, which I thought was really neat. So lots of dyed papers, but also pattern papers. But I tried to go with pattern papers that you can also write on. There's some ledger paper. I love these tabs, which Johanna does. So do that on all my journals now. Oops, that was hot. Gotta be careful. So there's a bead. Some nice beads on here. So I used to make jewelry like a long time ago when I was in college, and I found all my old beads. So instead of throwing them out, I picked out all the smaller ones, and now I can make some cute things for the journals. So a lot of sewing in here as well, a lot of tabs. This is Tim Holtz paper, which I sewed to make a tuck spot right here. This is just a vintage image that I found on Pinterest of a book page about apple snow. Thought it was really neat. Another charm right there. It's just a flower. I do have some children's book pages in here. So there's a gentleman looking out into a snowy scene at night. I thought that was really neat. Some winter berries. There's some like winter florals and some pine trees and some ribbon sewed on, some snowflake ribbon, and another page from a children's book. It's kind of like a mix of winter and spring. This is some coffee dyed tracing paper, which I just love the sound of it and the way it looks in the journal. So there's another image from, I believe, the Old Time Shops. I hope I'm getting that right. Just some stamping there. And some pine tree ribbon. And there's a old coffee kettle. Tracing paper. More children's book pages. Other side of that. I love this kindergarten ledger paper, or I don't know really what you call it, but I love the way it looks when it's slightly dyed like that. So this is a flip out of a bunny in the snow. I just love that. This was from a old Christmas, but it's very winter scene, so I used that in here. I was saving it. There's a girl sleeping, because who doesn't want to sleep in the winter? It's that time of year where it's the last time you can catch up on that sleep. So winter berries, some more Tim Holtz paper, another tuck spot right here. And then this is like the beads on there, but it's like a flip out. So you get a little bit more journaling space on that page. And it's a beautiful winter scene right there. Another, I think, from the Old Time Shop. I really use her stuff a lot. Been trying to be more aware about copyright, so there's so many images I see that I want to use that I really can't. So there's another flip out, and that's just a scrap of the same material I used for the inside. So this is material, so it gives a nice fabric, and it will fray on the edges as it ages and as you use it in your travels. So another flip out. Trying to stay in focus here. And another tuck spot on the ledger paper. There's the other side of that flyer, vintage flyer of a radio flyer, which is pretty cool. And there's a lantern. Some birds, snowbirds. And that is it. That is the Winter into Spring journal that I made. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to name it yet. I was going to name it Winter Magic, but it really is kind of a blend of spring. There are a few other things to go with it. So I did make some journaling cards that I'm going to tuck in to the journal. So you can use them as ephemera or little journals. I loved this one because it's like springtime, kind of March and luck, and bird in the snow. It's a little ice coupon. Snowy owl from a... I'm sorry, somebody's like starting their motorcycle. I live in the city, so I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. There are just some little snow angels. A wonderful snowy scene right there from a vintage card. This I think is from the Old Time Shop. Obviously it was very appropriate. It's a little gnome playing saxophone, and ladybugs are dancing, so spring is coming. This is my favorite. It's a moon. It's the sun sleeping because it's winter. Thought that was nice. And this is another image from a vintage card, and I just loved these beautiful little girls celebrating the coming of spring, so I put that in there. So that is everything that will be in those tuck spots when you receive it. And my Etsy is Jess Loves Toast if you want to check this out, and it should be listed by the end of the day today. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Bye.